it's all a game of chance. Don't overthink it. Life never goes our way that you want. That's how it is. No matter what life throws that you take it on. Whoa, fight like a tiger, walk in the park, play the hero till I die. Fly like an eagle, soar through the sky, be free till you die. I don't believe in any miracles. I risk a lot any day. Gambling's only for fools. Take nothing for granted. If you don't seize the chance, it's over for you. Life never goes the way you want. That's how it is. No matter what happens, face it all head on. Whoa, fight like a tiger, walk in the park, play the hero till I die. Fly like an eagle, soar through the sky, be free till you die. Life is a cloud, swimming against the harshest wave. The moment you give in, you'll get wiped out. Oh, fight like a tiger, walk in the park, play the hero till I die. Fly like an eagle, soar through the sky, be free till you die. Fight like a tiger, fight like a tiger, fly like an eagle, soar through the sky, be free till I die.
Hello everyone, it's me, your disappointed father, Notepad Anon, here with another game. Hello everyone. Today we're going to be working on Arknights, Alterna, Congeri. A game about playing cards and being anime girls who shoot crossbows and not legally distinct guns. Before we begin, Dad? Okay, let's try not to tear my nail. Ooh, okay, there we go. So, they didn't have my regular beer today. I got one of my regulars, but I decided to try something new. I got a Sapporo, a premium black. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, we're gaming. This is good shit. This is good shit. So, getting immediately pinged. So, generally speaking, on a scale of piss to sex, how is it going? It's going pretty okay. Not great, not bad, pretty okay. To give you an idea, it is 9 o'clock here, and it is 83 degrees outside. My house is a hot box, and I've got my AC going, and I've got my fan going. On the other hand, we have successfully made a an Anima Beyond Fantasy character. Now you may be thinking, Notepad Anon, what do you mean by an Anima Beyond Fantasy character? We made a character in this game, well I did anyway, and it's amazing how complicated people think this game is. It's a very surreal situation when you realize that it's really not that complicated. They just lay things out in a very bizarre way. That is what I would have to say. There's some little bizarre rules in Anima, but I get what they're trying to do. But we're doing pretty good there. I also got in my official email. We got a thing from Misty Mountain Games. We've got a potential Kickstarter, Dice Around the World. So upcoming these are dice sets inspired by diverse cultures, including Navajo, Nordic, Greek, Indian, we don't know which Indian, Aztec, Celtic, Roman, Egyptian, and more. This was sent to me. I don't know why. I have a morbid fascination with getting these things, and it's a great and wonderful experience. Oh, goodness. So, let's see, what else is going on? Roman, I'm vaguely curious. Yeah, they're getting Roman dice, apparently. What does that mean? I don't know. Outside of that, anything else fun and exciting? No. Very dull day today. I've been very hot. I've been playing a lot of Dying Light. And Dying Light, the more I play Dying Light, the more I realize that Dying Light's a really fucking weird game. Because Dying Light is extremely arcadey. And you don't think about it, but it's the thing is, you're playing Dying Light, and every now and again you're like, this is an arcadey, funny, haha, hee hee, hoo hoo game. And other times, you'll be like, okay, like here's a ledge, here's a slightly higher ledge. Now, normally, if you're playing Dying Light, the goal, as, you know, Crane, the man with the most scoliosis body in existence, is to jump up and he'll, like, correct himself up and you can continue. Every now and again, Crane's scoliosis kicks in right around here, and because his scoliosis kicks in, he slams his face into this, laboriously climbs up, and then, like, trundles along before sprinting again. It's like, okay. And then you have, like, Zombino combat. It's very strange, because, like, let's say this, I will draw a zombie. Let's say this is a zombie, our standard run-of-the-mill, vaguely Arabic zombie, because Haran is vaguely Arabic. I'll even draw some little blood squiggly on it. We'll draw some squiggly lines on him. So, effectively, I am Crane. I've got a weapon. I've got a hatchet on me. Cool. I'm doing alright. Alright? Okay. Just currently trying to get into the flow of my VTuber game. Forehead meets desk. Trying to get the flow right for writing out this lore correctly. It's great. The goal is to use the grappling hook. Because what'll happen sometimes is you'll hit someone and they'll go flying. Like, it's very arcadey, you know, limbs start getting severed off, it's crazy. Other times, you'll be like, I'm going to go for an attack, and then they'll just, like, leap on you and start nomming on your fucking face. Like, this area right here is death. And I know, but it's really weird. Because I, a fool, a baboon, you might say, accidentally crafted a DLC bow. I'm like, it's just a bow, it can't be that strong. Little did I know that the DLC bow, you can quick shot with it, and it instantly kills like every zombie in the face. Even the stupid fast, like really fast zombies, you pop them in the face and they die. Oh no, I want to fight the super zombie who's super huge with a big hammer. You shoot him once in the face and he falls over dead. And it's astounding how much more fun I'm having playing with a stupid overpowered bow than playing with actual, like, the way the game is meant to be played, if that makes sense. Like, melee sucks. And it sucks for me in particular because my Vermintide 2 instincts kick in. It is pure muscle memory, because when I'm fighting a dude, when I'm fighting another asshole dude who's like, raggle snaggle, I'm a bad fucking asshole. Raggle snaggle, I'm an asshole with a fucking knife or whatever. Now, my instinctual, like, thing, what I want to do is try to fucking parry, is literally try to parry and strike. Like, try to block the attack. Crane does not know how to block and or parry. So he gets stabbed, goes flying away, and he's like, damn, I've lost 20 health, and I'm now dying. Like, it is astounding how bad muscle melee in the game is mid. Yeah, it is mid. It's fucking painful. And the thing is, like, I don't know if I'm just not playing the game. It's one of those things where it's like, am I doing something wrong in the combat? Or do I not have the 16 different upgrades you supposedly need? Oh, hello, Manly. Or do I not have the 16 upgrades required because of how arcadey the game is to make the combat fun? It's really bizarre. Also, agility XP is a pain in the ass. It's actually awful. But, so, we did a little bit of work. Most notably, I did the entirety of leveling up. I literally just did about... I was talking to someone the other day, Dan actually, Dan from the server, was talking about entering fugue states, where I'll just kind of write and get everything done. Yeah, this is about 15 pages worth of... That's about 14 pages worth of just how to level up and how to rank up, which it's not even technically done yet. Because what I would need to do is... What I should do... I completely forgot about it. Yeah, technically there's yeah, perfect rank. No, it's not special rank, it's perfect. Yeah, there we go. Perfect ranks. Generally speaking, as you go through the ranks, because you get one rank per operation, you get increases to your skills, your combat attributes, and you get more signature skills, you get better techniques, you get more weapon upgrades, and you get special ones, such as getting a specialization, becoming an Elite 1, Elite 2, you have combo techs that you can effectively merge two of your techniques together and get a new one, or you can end up with, like, training, which effectively allows... Training is at the start of an episode, at the start of a session, that you have downtime, you can take the entirety of your deck and just remove cards you don't want up to your current rank. So at rank 6, when you're allowed to do this, you can remove 6 cards from your deck. These aren't gone forever, they're just set aside. It's you saying, I only want 1 force card in my deck, as of right now, or I want to limit the number of insight cards I have, so I'm not drawing upon it constantly, but I like my insight. It is a way to control the flow of your deck a little bit more, especially as later on you get more stuff, and maybe you want to min-max your deck a little bit. Hacking and skill points is not a negative to me. But yeah, this is a... Generally speaking, it should work. Now, every single one of the specializations, there are quite a few different specializations, and yes, they all do something slightly different from one another. As a very basic understanding, defenders usually have things that grant them some more toys to play with. Actually, I should start with casters. Casters effectively have new ways to increase or change the nature of their attack. Chain. A chain caster. If you use a chain caster, anytime you make an arts attack, you may deal a hit to another target within 3 spaces at -2 damage per jump. What does this mean? I hit you for 12 damage. There's someone behind you. I can hit them for 10 damage. I can hit someone outside of my range for 8 damage, because it's 2 jumps. And I spent all 3 hits, but I've managed to do 3 points of damage. That's kind of the idea with chain casters, that they're allowed to kind of jump further away, and you want to kind of build up the speed of your weapons. Core casters, on the other hand, core casters just increase the base damage they get. Every even rank, 2, 4, 6, 8. It would be 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. You get +1 damage. Doesn't seem like a lot, but every +1 damage is more damage that you're doing and more things that are being interacted with. Generally speaking, things like mystics, you do have some of the gimmick ones, like mystics. Mystics legitimately just get additional attacks. You get some ones like protectors for every single class pretty much has like their safe option. Like defenders just have protector. What does protector do? It literally adds more block. Doesn't seem very useful. On the other hand, what's your job? What's your Imi Asami pod? Oh yeah, no. Cruelty Squad is fun. It is a unique game. It is probably one of my favorite. I love it. Guards have the most, but they also have a lot of bullshit, and have a lot of ways to enact that bullshit. Medics don't have a lot, but like generally medics, there's literally 2 chain medics in the game. They call them something slightly different though. And I had to change the nature, just give Valkyrie, because what happens is that there is a class in Arknights, a specialization, that is now a weapon in this game. That's the thing that's fairly common among some of these changes, was like there is a weapon, there is a character that has a weapon, a special weapon, and that's their specialization. However, you can pick that weapon whenever you want because of the nature of this game. However, doing that, some of them could get recontextualized, like the Flinger. Like, yeah, you can't target aerial enemies anymore. However, after you place a hit, deal half that hit's damage as arts damage. This is one of the very few ways to do arts damage as a sniper. Or hey, as an artilleryman, all ranged physical weapons get splash 1. Doesn't seem that big, but then you realize it's splash fucking 1. And actually I should even say where it's like, yeah, that's pretty big, because effectively every single one of your attacks now does explosive damage. It does splash damage to everyone around them, which is insane. On the other hand, the problem with splash damage is that it hits allies, so you don't want to get to that necessarily. If you are kind of getting clumped up together, you don't maybe want that, and suddenly you have to change to mix up your tactics a little bit. Hunters get ammo stacks. It's a little bit of a gimmick, but it should work. Specialists are the ones with the weirdest specializations, for obvious fucking reasons. Most of it's like stance stuff, or it's like just get a bunch of minions to direct around. Supporters kind of the same way. Like they get a lot of gimmick things. Vanguard, all of the Vanguard stuff, they don't get huge abilities. Usually it's interacting with your skill cards. But the big gimmick is that anytime they reshuffle, anytime they vent their entire deck, something happens. Hey, when I reshuffle, I restore 3 health. When I reshuffle, I move 1. When I reshuffle, all allies in range get inspired. It's something like that. It's something to give them a unique gimmick, because Vanguards are a little bit weird, because all of their things are gimmicks. Mostly when it comes to skill cards, so Vanguards have to rely on their abilities a lot more. Mostly, probably the most basic one would be a Pioneer. Pioneers are just, hey, you can draw a 3rd skill card, which is pretty good if you're using your techniques pretty well, you know, if you're using techniques a lot. So that's kind of the thing with all of them. Of course, every single one of the techniques, if I go down here, every single one of the techniques do have their Elite 1, 2, 3. What does this actually mean? It means that if you have, say, Bloodsucker, at Elite 2, you restore +4 health anytime you destroy a target. However, at Elite 3, which is kind of a special one, you get, anytime you damage a target, you restore +4 health, which is pretty bonkers if you think about it. Anytime I damage someone, I'm restoring a lot of health. On the other hand, this is a high level, you're probably going to be in the middle of combat a lot. That's a problem for you. Some of them are a little bit less exciting, like Redeploy. Redeploys are, you know, not too fun. You're picking up Redeploy because you feel it's a very important thing to do. On the other hand, it also does a really good job of comboing with things. Yeah, I want to have... Raining. It is raining. You know, you might want to pick up Redeploy and Self-Recovery or something. Or Redeploy. Oh god. I want to pick up Redeploy and... maybe like Hyped Up or something. So I redeploy on my... I could redeploy in the planning phase, and then I automatically become Hyped Up for... You know, I change my stance to Hyped Up. I redeploy and I'm hyped. Go bang, 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 bang. Yeah, that's kind of the basics of it. And some of the more esoteric ideas, like weapon upgrading, usually a lot of them just increase the range or you get more attack ability with it. Some of the weirder ones, fists end up getting a speed rating of 5, so you can punch people 5 times. And as a fighter, if you want to be really broken, you play a fighter right here, and your fists increase damage by +1 and increase its speed rating by +1. You can, in theory, have a weapon at full rank, at full power, do effectively, you can get 6 attacks in at 2 damage apiece, and they all stun. It's not a great idea, but it's there. But hey, why don't you combine it with some techniques to increase the amount of damage you're doing? Or hey, why don't you increase the amount of, abilities you get or something like that? Congratulations, you've made a fist build and you can now go fucking super speed. Training, obviously, kind of the idea here. The idea of perfect ranks, I'll bring up my little book here. Perfect ranks are effectively once you hit max level, you're kind of hitting you're going on your big final missions and stuff. This is the end of the campaign stuff, and you get perfect ranks, which are special, really powerful things that kind of help end out the campaign. Things like Royal Authority. What does Royal Authority do? Royal Authority gives you 2 royal cards. That's all that it does. It gives you 2 effectively free wins in your deck. You can multi-class. You take a completely separate class, and you get all the benefits of that class, effectively. Elite 3. All your techniques go up to Elite 3. You have a squad leader. That means you get a bunch of goons come around with you. You get pretty much skills in anything you want. You are unkillable. You have more weapons. You can actually choose to die to immediately win. Or you can just retire comfortably. Or you can choose to become a veteran and get a bunch of other things. A bunch of combat experience. It's effectively your how do we want to end this campaign. Those would be the kind of the endings of how you want your character to end up as. That's kind of the idea of perfect ranks. So, we are right now doing combat, so let's get to combat. Let's see. One filled with nations battling for power. Terrorist groups will go beyond reason to enact their goals. And the... Rhodes Island is dedicated to the research, study, and care of Ripathy. And Rhodes Island is dedicated to the research, study, and care of Ripathy. But its roots and its origins. So I say its origins and leadership have a more good selfless goals. More often than not. Amya, the CEO Amya, let's see. Sometimes the Rhodes Island is no stranger to warfare. Well, let's see. Whether it's just to protect itself or... See, Rhodes Island is no stranger to warfare. Whether it's just to protect itself or... Let's see. The operators are. Or protecting others when needed. But when swords are drawn and let's see. It's necessary to learn that war and peace are two sides of the same coin. Yep, kind of the idea, like you're going to end up in combat eventually. Combat for combat operation. let's see. We want to do combat operations. Combat operation. Taking direct control of the situation. Situation to fight off. Waves of enemies who want nothing more than to destroy them. Let's see. Fight off waves of enemies that want nothing more to destroy them. Planning and tactical. Foresight is necessary. Let's see. Planning and tactical foresight is necessary to survive and protect those in need. As Rose Island security forces. Yeah, but you're gonna need these to survive and protect those in need, and as Rose Island, both of those are in very short supply. You usually aren't planning things too hard, and tactical foresight gets a little bit hectic. So we want to hammer this out to be exactly the way we need it to be. So looking at my beautiful notebook here, I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bike. Want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bike. So we need to do combat explanation. So these are combat explanation, combat scenario, and setup. Okay. So first things first, we're going to put you right. No, not 3, heading 2. Actually, no, we need to do. What do we actually need to put in? Let's just take a second, and we need to do a combat scenario and setup. We need to put in the battle map. We need to put in the concept of phase system. The sequential phase. Sequential combat phase system, the SCPS. Then that's pretty much it. So actually, then we do okay. We start with combat scenario. So when a battle breaks, when a combat operation it is where it is do or die. Hectic situation where it is do or die. The combat scenario will dictate the nature of the battle, and what the overall goals are for the operators and their enemies. And op 4. And op 4. Opposing force. And op 5 goals for the operators. And op 4. Opposing force. Opposing forces. There are 3 main. Let's see, there are 3 main effective flow, the effective flow of the battle. We do that. There are 3 main. Where's my fucking notes? Okay, there we go. There are 3 main aspects. But there are 3 main aspects to every combat. There are 3 main aspects to every combat scenario. Gates, map control, and gates, map control, and nodes. Gates come in. Gates represent spawn points for both op 4 and the operator. Let's see. Represent spawn points for both the op 4 and the operators. The main goal of those operations is to either take an enemy gate, take op 4's gates, or protect the operator's gates. If all gates are each gate may be assigned a number of actually Arknights gates. What's the fucking turn? Yeah, over there there's several gray, red gate. 1, 2. Operation, let's see. Let's see, quit, enemy count, life points, amount of life points in the operation, LP. Be forced off the field. In world. Let's see. Represents strategic entrances and other holes where R4 is springing from. Let's see. The gate is just as much an alleyway as an actual foxhole. Actual foxhole in the desert. Let's see. Map control. Map control is a measure of who controls the current location. During certain ability, certain techniques and technique and let's see, and strategies. Certain techniques and strategies may allow a operator to redeploy or retreat back. If the operators have map control, they may redeploy or retreat anywhere on the map. If they do not have map control, they must redeploy on the. They must. Not engage. Not that ally that is not engaged. That is not engaged. Finally, nodes. Nodes are of no concern. Let's see. Finally, nodes are of no concern for the operators. However, the operations director is encouraged to note down certain locations. Minions. Op 4. Let's see. Standard, and elite. Op 4. Will. Let's see. You'll gravitate toward and follow them on preset paths, granting the operators time to. There's a case tomorrow? Yes, there's a case tomorrow. We are going over Anima Beyond Fantasy. I'm feeling pretty decent about Anima Beyond Fantasy. It's one of those things where I always imagine it to be a lot more complicated in my head than it actually is. Towards nodes, follow them on preset paths, granting operators time to react accordingly during battle. Generally speaking, like, the most complicated aspect currently of Anima Beyond Fantasy is that it gives you a fuck ton of options. It gives you a metric fuck ton of options that feel like they're like, oh, well, you know, do I need this? Do I need to do that? And being like, just don't worry about it. You can make whatever the fuck you want. It's just like, you gotta remember, like, don't panic. Because it's doing a very Japanese thing. And it's the extremely Japanese thing of saying a bunch of things to help you, even when it feels like it really shouldn't. Actually, no, it's let's see, protect allied gates, defense operation, assault operation, for map control, and finally, we've got a, let's see, you got controlled by the, firefight. Friday night firefight. We do that. Hey. Okay, so. Actually, what we should do is surprise. Often the best strategy. Often the best. Actually, no. That's going to be. There's going to be a note later on during planning during the phase system. So we need to do battle map. Let's see. Combat operations. Take place on a square grid. Often the size will be from 6 by 6. Will be from 8 by 8 to 12 by 2, to 12 by 2, 12 by 12. will be from 8 to 8 to 12 by 12. Though the location number and let's see. Distribution and distribution of to the scenario being played out. All right. Okay, so composed of a number of square space. Composed of a number of square spaces. Square spaces. Each space may contain one operator or up to a may contain one operator and op4 unit. May contain one operator and op4 unit. Let's see. Actually, compose a number of squares. Let's see. Placement zone line. The operators place themselves during the initial planning phase of the combat operate. That's separated from every other from every other battle. Okay, so generally speaking, this is what it is. This is what the battle map is. We're establishing what the battle map is. First thing we put down, heading 3. We put down the fact there are. Actually, no. We do height. We do height spaces. Actually, we do. First things first, height spaces. Certain spaces on the height spaces on let's see. Height spaces on the battle map are raised locations where the operators may enjoy relative safety from the hordes below. Height and spaces. With animal behind you, will you go and will you go over Marca dell'Este? Fuck, if I get an English copy of it, I can probably do it. Or at least a copy I can dewong. Let's see from the hordes below. When and out. When in. You have quite the list of games you have to dwong. I do. I meant to do more dwonging this year, but 2024 has been one kick in the ball after the other. It has been a fucking mess. They may not be targeted with a non-range attack from any space below the. Within the terrain spaces come in 3. I need a drink and a prayer for the hyperfixation refocus so I get this fucking game done. So, to give you a little aside about lore, by the way, here's our, here's the new Pathfinder 2e group. I've talked about them before, but I want you all to understand something. These 3 have minimum 3 pages lore each. He, I know, has 6 pages of lore. I think he has 4 to 5, and they have 3-ish. Now, knowing these guys, these are not, 26-point font on a, fucking note card page. No, this is 6 pages of fucking lore on a 8.5 by 11 document. Now, you might be seeing Slippy up here. So I'm Slippy. Now, how many, I'm going to be writing a grand total of maybe 4 paragraphs. I'm going to be writing about 4 paragraphs worth of lore, 3 of which are going to be about kobolds, because the setting doesn't have any information on kobolds, even though this is a kobold, and 1 paragraph on Slippy. Yeah, you talking about lore just reminded me of that, and yes, 6 pages of lore. It's great. Terrain spaces come in 3 varieties. 3 varieties. Basic. Let's see, basic varieties. Description, no. How do I want to do terrain? How do I want to word this? I've seen. Is Slippy a Ryan Gosling avatar just like me, for real, for real? Luckily, he's just a kobold in a Hawaiian shirt. Not, yeah, not our gay scaly polycule is, that's just the nature of the beast here. So actually, we want... Oh. Oh God. I can't. Fuck. God damn it. Okay, so, okay, so basic, advanced, and impassable. Basic terrain. Can be flown over. Actually, A non-flying Op 4 operator ends up over it, is booted back to an adjacent space. There we go. See. But you. Mm. 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 Let's see, it must work against or for. This we select you, we put you. Okay, so let's see, operators not formed, maybe going to high terrain without like high ground, but for melee low ground what? Let's see. Show me the fence. Good evening. So, Fate games are pain because Evil Hat exists. That cult was actually a PBTA variant. You gotta remember, that's Divinity Loss. Divinity Loss is a PBTA game. Cult 1, 2, and 3 are not. That's one thing you gotta remember. Oh, the PB, yeah, exactly. I saw that immediately. I'm like, I know you. You think you can hide from me? Operators in Op 4 let's see, operators in Op 4. How do I want to operator standing on the geyser space gains 8 stacks of the associated element. During the end phase. Begin +2 arm. Ten health. It's pretty easy to break through a roadblock. Arknights. Not frozen. Hooray! Hooray! Okay, let's see. Also, Ars Magic makes you feel nothing. It's a neat concept. Stop reading completely. I haven't really spent the time reading Ars Magica. I think if I sit down and really, like, read into it more, I think I might enjoy it a bit more. One of my favorite content used over Fire Emblem was Fire Emblem Tier. I love the video you made on also Project Tactics Flagbearer. Hence, have you seen only Overwar by the offer? Very strong ogre battles, overtone nearly diceless combat, make 2 ranks of troops and squads. I have not heard of that before. Me oh my. I've never heard of that game before. I am going to take a quick look at this Overwar. Huh. That's interesting. And hell, it even's got a community copy. Yeah, hell yeah. That at least seems like fun. It might help me with we've gotten a thing on it was Blood, Coin, and Steel. Blood, Coin, and Steel's weakest aspect will always be its warfare system. Because warfare in BCS uses Barbarians of Lemuria as the base, and it's very loosey-goosey. I always mean to fix things, but just hard. But yeah, no, that might be that might be a good idea, actually. We'll do the supply cache. Supply cache. Cache if destroyed. There we go. Let's see. Allies draw 2 skill cards. We don't really need that one too much. Mud. Mm. Mm. Difficult spaces. Speed to 1. It's a slow 1. Operators wearing. Actually. If an operator. And phase. Ready, 7 turn. Whoever stands on the space. Leaves that attack as the. Oh, there we go. Effectively, you have an emplacement that is saying I am on the MG nest. Get on the crossbow mounted MG nest, everybody. Oh, cool. I can't imagine first impression people get. I can't imagine first impression people get of Notepad. Oh, hey, good luck with your work on Friday night activities. Yeah, have fun. I have learned that people either have a very strong negative opinion of me or like me for some reason. I always find that interesting. Even though it is funny, I did get a comment the other day. It was on the Yazibas video, of course, because I made it exactly 58 seconds into this video. Your sense of humor is not for me, right here. I think that is the defining aspect of it. Your sense of humor is not for me. That's when I bring up Moon Man. Yeah, don't worry, we bring up Moon Man. Because I think if you can't handle me at my Moon Man, I don't think you can handle me at all. Okay, so battle map. we need to do special spaces. So we've done special spaces, we've done terrain. We need to talk about... I don't think we really need to talk about anything. Actually, we can do this, actually. Actually, may move during the combat. Yeah, don't be around where my asthma is. It'll just kill you. Go, so we have to... No, I don't. Okay. We explain what the battle map is. We need to learn about the sequential... The sequential combat phases. Moonman did nothing wrong. People did wrong things within Moonman. Different things. Hang on, Skitto is awesome. You'll be the most sane person in the room. It's the thing is, you gradually begin learning that being the... I know I have a very fucked up sense of humor at the... Like it's so dry at certain points. It's like, again, if you want an unfiltered opinion on what my humor looks like, it is the raw shitpost energy of half the videos where I just make vague memes, vague jokes within my own sense of weird ass humor. There's nothing like productive about it. It's just shitposting. Hugh Laurie humor. It's again, half my humor feels like I'm about to go Kramer at the Laugh House. Like it's there's always that. I've never crossed the line, but I've always felt like I'm about to cross the line into Kramerhood. I've come to accept it in my life. Let's see. Yeah, we guess we gotta do the planning phase. The entire order of the phase system is as follows. Three. Enemy planning, operator planning. Mm. Mm. So, ooh. Mm. Enemy planning phase. Enemy planning phase. Mm. 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 Referred to as turns. Operator turn. Operator turn. Operator. Mm. 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 So enemy planning phase. So the enemy planning phase. First phase. Mm. 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 Actually, the enemy planning phase would be op 4 planning. Op 4, op 4 movement, op 4 assault. Let's see, enemy, op 4 gates to indicate where the next wave will, mm, 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 mm. Mm. Let's see, a combat operation. Mm. 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 We'll build an op 4 list to indicate what waves of enemies will emerge from there. Mm. 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 Let's see. Must obey the op 4 list they've created. Mm. Must obey the op 4 list they have created for the combat operate. Let's see. Must obey. Mm. 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 Let's see. Yeah, this is a very simple phase to do things in. We're going to leave an example, then we're going to do the operator planning. Mm. 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 Has the operator. Mm. 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 Let's see, position themselves more advantageously. Mm. Mm. Let's see, during this time, the operator may perform one action of their choice from the. Let's see, may perform one action of their choice from the following list. We do this, insert table 2x2, 2x1 I should say. Yum 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 yum. So, let's take a second and think what we need to do during the planning phase. First things first, movement. We're going to move. What is this? Move up to current speed. Which we're going to then do. We're going to move up to current speed or climb to adjacent height terrain. Those are your two options. You can move up to your current speed or climb to an adjacent height terrain. That's all you can do with the move action. Now, if you're playing a Nadi, if you're playing a very certain ancient race, you treat your movement as a climb. You can just move up to height terrain really easy, or you can start doing jumps, or you can start doing actions like that. So we need to do a move. We need to do. We can do activate a technique. Actually, Operations director. The operations director is prompted to replace market and hop forward gates. So we actually need to do the planning phase. Okay, so we need to spend a skill card to activate a technique. Okay, easy enough to understand. What else do we need? We need to be able to, so we can move. We're activating a technique. Yeah, let's just do. Let's see, move at the current speed, activate technique, skill card to activate a technique. Mm. Mm. So we need. Activate a racial ability. During the planning phase, during the planning phase, during the planning phase. Do this, so we want to do... to activate that. Okay, so like what do we activate a racial? We can move, activate a technique, activate a racial ability. Really, that's it. I feel like I'm missing something. Hello. Hello. We're trying to figure out things for the trying to figure out things for the planning phase. What do we do during the planning phase? Actually, it would be I'm trying to think of like a... What else can we do? This is a setup. Effectively, this is a phase for setting things up for doing things that are nice and easy. Actually, I know. Okay. Actually, I should say. Actually, no. Actually, let's do activate ability. We can... Actually, no, these are... Okay, so... Activate, no, we want to use gear. We want to cycle our cards, breather, not do an order, not do a skill check, not recover an ally. These are very basic ideas. So we do this, we do this. So effectively, the idea of the planning phase is everything is broken up into various phases. So the opening phase, we haven't written the opening phase quite yet. Up for planning. Effectively, the GM is placing where the enemies are going to be showing up. Then it's your planning phase. During your planning phase, the operators have effectively an action to do anything other than do combat stuff. it's any kind of like main abilities or any like cool super cool techniques. That doesn't occur during the planning phase. If you want to make an attack, you make it during your main action. Then effectively goes into the opt for movement phase. All of the enemies move. They will all move up to you or move to where they need to go. Then you have your main action. Then they all resolve their attacks at once. Then the end phase occurs, and you go back up to opt for planning. You don't do the opening phase a second time. So we want to do... Regain +1 health point. Operator discards a card. The operator discards a card. And we do movement. Then we do a move action. Ortha. Orthogon. Yep, you gotta spend your entire move action doing that. Instead of doing anything useful, you are instead, climbing. Operator. There we go, which still requires a skill card to activate. Table properties, we go here. These are all your actions that you can do during Wow, I have enough money to kill myself now. Thanks, Twitch. No, Manly. You're stuck here forever. You know that. You can't escape the cycles of guilt. Mm. Mm. Actually, we... Actually, what if we just call it, instead of use gear, we call it just gear, and then we put it right here. There we go. In strategy, we don't do that, and then we do table 2x2, and then this is gonna look really janky. This is pretty much where, like, I mess it. This is effectively allowing you to burn your hand to do things. That's the main gimmick here, is that you're burning away your hand to do something productive, and sometimes it might even pay off. So, we want to do a step action, step call. Now you made me thinking, Notepad, can't you already move? And the answer is yes, you can already move. However, this is a very important set of being. There is a distinct chance that your movement is 0. If your move is 0, you can't move. You're too heavy. You have to step. You have to burn a skill card to actually move. Let's see. Yeah, things were building my personal torture matrix, imprisoning me a bit in my soul. That's very sweet. Did anyone ever get their hands on that game, the I one? I remember. Yo, note talking about it, and Daz it. No other info. It exists somewhere out there. Somewhere it exists. And if I were to be really creative, I could probably find it. But it would require literally contacting EYE devs being like, I'm a TTRPG historian. Please send me this game if you still have it. You may not, that's fine. Even if you could just tell me about it. Let's see. We want to do... Actually, we want to do... Or tragically fail. So we want to do insight or valor card. We want to do The operator. May recover them and having them retreat and gain a scar. Three. See the operator. Okay, we do that. Okay, so we recover an ally, we power through, identify, rally call. Inside. So this idea is, if this is going to work correctly, the concept is that you can say, hey, during my planning phase, we can do this, and performing a strategy is effectively saying, I want to burn I'm burning my hand of cards, I'm going through it currently. And I want to use my hand of cards to do something cool. that. I probably need to... We put rally call down here. There we go. There we go. So, operator planning phase. You can do one of these actions, or you do a strategy. Or you can do up to probably about 3 strategies if you have like a full fucking hand. But most of the time, it's... Strategy cards are effectively I am burning skills to do things. It's not as efficient as doing legitimately anything else, but it's the point. And we do... It would be up for movement. Notepad, I literally give you money if you manage to get a video about AVA out there. That would be a piece of niche internet history that transcend beyond a little circle of schizophrenics and autists. Ah, it's a pick from the jump chain. The thing is, they mentioned it before. They legitimately mentioned it before during the development of EYE. It's one of those things being like, it was inspired by a game they made. But here's the thing. I genuinely do not know if it was somewhat like an actual game that was published and made, or it was a literal schizo setting they used like BRP for. It's they mentioned it before, and let me see if I can find it. Yeah, like here, like they've talked about it. You know, it's based off AVA. That's what it is. Yeah, from 1998. Role-playing board games held internally in the company is currently in perpetual evolution. I don't think it'll be sold in the future. It exists, and I know it's out there. My guess would be it's a variant of BRP. This would be my guess. It's a variant of BRP. Because if I remember correctly, EYE itself is, I believe, a D100 system. I think like every attack you make in I is technically a 2-hit roll almost, because they like numbers pop up and stuff, and there is internal math to things. What that internal math is, no one knows. It's, again, they have no intention on selling it or distributing it. However, if I were to be a betting man, again, this is a betting man. If it came out, again, we got to think about like France 1998. Like, we're thinking France 1998, everyone. What's going on in France 1998? What RPGs are big there? BRP is big. BRP is huge in France at this time. So my guess would be it's probably a D100 variant or some horrific abomination. Because the thing is, France has a lot of tabletop role-playing games. Like, there were a bunch of French role-playing games, but nobody... They don't go anywhere. They're very, like, quiet, because you get things like In Nomine, obviously, you get Polaris, but then you get, like, fucking Stella Inquisitores, Cadwallon, Aegon. Like, you get a couple of these games, but they're very odd. They're very strange games. And that's half the point. So... Mm. 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 Let's see. All op 4 will move up to their. All op 4 will move up to their speed. Mm. 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 They'll move along the designated nodes to reach their intended goal. If the op 4 is spawning in from a gate. And head toward snow. Let's see. Head toward the nearest node. Let's see. Nodes represent a series of checkpoints that all standard enemies will attempt to move along in predictable fashion. Well, let's see. We'll follow a. Often the operator's gate or in. Often the gate or often the operator's gate or objective of some variety. Let's see, standard op 4, op 4, fleet op 4, boss op 4. Instead, they may freely wherever. Bosses do not follow nodes; they instead move freely wherever they wish. If a standard. fallen into their hands. We spawn additional waves of enemies as well as close off options for the operators. Fucking balloons, tower defense looking ass. We do this. Standard. Yeah, I mean, something like that. Actually, we can probably do... Let's shrink this down even further. We do something like this into this. We select all of you. We put you here. We put you here. Bum 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 da 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 da. Bingo bango bongo. I don't want to leave the Congo on na na na. Oh, I ain't got no dun 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 dun. Yeah. I'll stay right here. Dark Earth 20 was also video games came out. Yeah, conversation with the old dad and talking to the game would be fascinating to hear about. I love my abomination system. Honest to God, if I were to do it, what I would do is first things first, I would literally approach them in a completely like, hey, I am a man of research. I want to see what your AVA system is. I want to see it. I want to even have it. I will translate that shit if need be. I will dewang it if you must. But I just want to see, I want people to see this. Because obviously it, you know, EYE Divine Cybermancy has influenced a lot of people. It's clearly done a lot of work. So it is something important. You also got to remember, Nephilim also had a BRP supplement. You got to remember that too. So yeah, again, we are looking at, it could be fucking anything really. But what we probably know is that it is an Abomination Jank Core system. And whatever, and I do love me some Abomination Jank Core games. Still attempt to recover them. Up for movement phase. I'm actually going to put a big note here. We're going to make a map probably and just do that way, but we have to do, then we do the operator main phase. So no, it's the main phase, the operators main phase. Attempting the qualifiers around that, actually, Let's see. Their movement will immediately start, and they are considered engaged with the operator. And they are considered engaged with the operator. If an operator, For example, Teresa has a block of 5. She can stop 5 off 4 in front of her. Before any can push through her defense. Okay, so this moves on. Indicates the time to snap into action, attempting to quell the fires around them, and it's an encroaching enemy. Encroaching enemy. Bring this in from what action. It's 2 actually. Ends me. Okay, so big thing is we can say here, we can put that right here. That's the genius of this, is that we can just put this shit right here. But we also have to apply the Mm. Multiple off 4 up to their speed rating. Each hit counts as one interval of damage from the weapon. With the cannot do we cannot cycle or perform a breather at this point. Gear, you can move, you can enact a strategy, you can swap weapon. Actually, you cannot swap weapons anymore. Activate racial ability if you are able to. Activate a technique. Do some gear stuff. What would be some let's see. Yeah. And we put you right here. Retreat. Well, we do that, and then we put down a strategy card. We put is identify, order ally, power through, quick shot, rally. We're not going to do quick shot. Nope, not quick shot. That's gone now because you're going to be making an actual attack, recover an ally, skill check, step. So, well, what happened to swapping weapons? So what, you swap weapons in the planning phase. How do you feel about playing a thaumaturgy? I don't know what a thaumaturgy is. Yeah, we're putting in there's gates. Swapping weapons is a planning phase thing. It's the way that I'm thinking about it is there are a couple of things of like breather and then kind of like cycling, and like swapping weapons is very much like during your planning phase you can swap to to another primary or your sidearm. It's like if you're in your main phase, you can't really do it during your main phase because that's like you having to actually do something. You've made your bed, now do it. It's also preventing people from swapping to a weapon, to a more advantageous weapon, you could say, when they are getting ambushed and things. Generally speaking, I don't think many people are going to be swapping weapons in the middle, like as their main action. You're probably going to want to do it during your planning phase. So just saying, fuck you, you have to do this is, what do we... Thaumaturgy. Magic system called Thaumaturgy. You mean a thaumaturge? Thaumaturge kind of suck in Pathfinder. News at 11. Well, Pathfinder 2e. Because they are a class that requires 5 different stats to do anything well. There we go. Then we do, we do the operator main phase. Then we do the assault. Let's see. Turn off 4 will have attack. Will have an attack similar to the operator. But most will have certain requirements to attack. Certain requirements to attack them. Mm. 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 Enemy attackers do not have priority target. Mm. Yeah, if they can't attack anyone, they're not going to attack anyone. That's it. That's the secret. My character has the arts that create illusions of to trap enemies in 7-hour-long games of PF2E. No! You can't keep doing this, starter. You can't trap me in the endless cycle. It's the nature of the beast. We're doing as they say in the hood. We're gaming. Oh yeah, Brazil finally got rid of Twitter. They are free. People are sad that Brazil is off Twitter. Little do they know that Brazil is now free. They are free. Why would they not be free? Why are not people cheering? Brazil may be free, but I'm sad I cannot meet my favorite inmates. Yeah, no, it's a priority target. The option will simply do nothing. Okay, so we need to write the opening phase now. Let's see. All operators will place themselves in designated placement zones on the battle map. But the battle operator building and managing their hand of skill cards. Actually not. This way operators draw. We'll draw 4 skill cards. No, we draw 4 skill cards from our deck. Draw 4 skill cards from their skill deck. Mm. Let's see, allowing the individual operators time to process actions. Generally speaking, that is the I have a summon that I can bring on right away. You do that then. Hey, up for movement, up for assault. Mm. 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 We're taking it directly to the then we do. Mm. This is pretty simple to understand. I am literally just doing this for the sake of doing it. Actually, end up. It's mental. Mental resilience. Let's see, physical arts, men. Damage is not additive among different enemies. Instead, each op 4 will resolve their damage individually. God, I don't know how I want to do this. Because is there perfect defense? Let's see. Oh god, what do we do about perfect defense? So here's the thing. If I have 7 armor, I have 7 physical defense, and I get hit with an attack worth 5 physical damage, what happens? Do I take 0 damage? I take 0 damage, I'm perfectly fine. Do I take 1 damage? I've taken a single point of damage, pretty much. I'm perfectly fine. No matter what, I'm going to take up a single point of damage. Or do we do something else? Now's the time for suggestions. If armor is more than attack 1 damage, yeah. We might go with that. Because I was thinking, like... Yeah, I was even thinking, like... Maybe we should have something like a 0.5 damage. Like, he just gets rounded down. Like, a single enemy doing 0 damage isn't going to do anything. Oh, yeah, no, fuck it. Yeah, again, it's like about negating damage. Regardless of the passive protection. Okay, so evasion and active defense. Evasion is a technique that allows regardless of the amount they would have taken. The X number of hits a particular time. However, evasion is indiscriminate. And If the 7th attack is 1 damage or 100 damage, it doesn't. However, it doesn't matter. However, evasion is indiscriminate, and if the 7th attack is 1 damage or 100 damage, it doesn't matter. It will be reduced to 0. It's kind of like the idea, like, evasion is not as reliable as you think. You have to time shit out. If you can time it out correctly, you're going to be great. If you can't time your evasion very well, things are going to go poorly. Active defenses. Let's see. Let's see, they'll have to spend a skill card with an opt for his making an attack to reactively use. Prevent or mitigate. Prevent or mitigate the damage. There we go. So yeah. Active defenses. So you can effectively play a dodge tank if you really like. Playing a dodge tank is effectively saying I want to. All the dodge tank is at the end of the day is a character with extremely qualified and very good evasion scores. That's really all that it is at the end of the day. All right. So we do insert table 3. I believe I have here 3 description skill card description classes. Name, skill card. We won't have the dodge action. We won't have the block action. We and actually. What would be a good way? God, what I have in my notes is block and shield. I feel like these should change. Again, I don't have good names for these. I have it in my notebook. guard. Mm. 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 There we are. Actually, we should give Cast Regard Sniper. Because if we do this, it effectively tells certain characters, hey, you can fucking dodge if you really need to. However, you are burning skill cards, effectively. You're burning an expertise card you may not have. You're burning a force card you may want. Because what do defenders, what does a defender want? Defenders want force cards. What does a caster want? They're probably going to want expertise cards, or you know, they're going to want these cards. You're using them to effectively put, you're burning your cards to do thing. Shield could be a magic art. Yeah. Like, oh god, min damage would be 1. Instance in let's see, this is fighting tight spaces with waifus. What a great, different waifu, different decks, what a great idea. Fighting waifu space, still gotcha compatible. Shield could be a magic art. The problem is, we already use shield as a term elsewhere, and I don't want people getting confused with that, because defenders have shields. So, oh god, what do we call it? What would you call something like a protective spell on someone? Ward. How about that? We'll use ward. That's a good word. There we go, yeah, ward. Okay, there we go. There's our active defenses. It's kind of the idea of like your active defenses are things getting burnt away very, very quickly. That you kind of wish you had, and you're like, man, I wish I had more of this, but I fucking don't. Alright, so that up for assault. Defend's a good idea if the class wasn't called defender, and defenders don't always defend, and you don't have to be a defender to use the defend action. Again, it's just that awful. I think parry is a good compromise because that's what you do with a shield. Effectively, you parry with a shield. It's a weird. It's weird wording, but okay. So end phase. During the end phase. Let's see. During the end phase, different conditions, effects, and situations will resolve. Will resolve at once. They run out of cards to draw from. They will reshuffle from their discard pile and reset. Resolve a number of shuffle effects as dictated below. Mm. Mm. There we go. Mm. Mm. There we are. That's the end phase. If you want to do a shuffle effect, this is not taking place in this order, I should say. There's just everything is happening at once. Effectively, the idea of the clearing the elemental stacks is you just reduce it by half. If you have 7 of them, you now have 3 of them. If you have 4, you have 2. It's just making sure you don't just stick with the elemental stacks endlessly because they can be kind of annoying. Fatigue Refray. You're going to get a fatigue card or a fray card. What does this mean? It means your deck is getting gunked up with shit. You're just getting tired. You want to end a fight. You want to finish the battle as fast as you can, and you don't want to burn your hand out as fast as you can either. And then we have a morale, which is effectively saying you can just leave the battle. You just run away. Now, you may be thinking, Notepad, why would I ever do this? Hey, you're fucking dying. You are fucked. Your character is foobar. You are really messed up and you don't want to lose your character. Everyone's like, dude, just leave. And you can just leave. You're going to be safe. Then you recover a little bit of health. Not a lot of health, but casters and things like that who aren't normally going to be targeted by healing get something as they burn through their deck. Lower level operators are going to get more fatigue and fray because they're not as used to combat. On the other hand, more experienced operators are going to have a longer time getting to that point. So it's kind of like, you kind of want to do the shuffle effects, and you kind of don't want to at the same time. And it gives the Vanguard and the Vanguard specializations a little bit, some things to think about, because Vanguard specializations are all about shuffle effects. Like, they're all about shuffle effects, so they want to go through their hand really fast. The problem is, if they go through their hand really fast, they're getting all these fatigue cards, and they're getting all these things. On the other hand, they usually have ways to get rid of them as well. So it's kind of that, you want to think things through a little bit more. And you're saying, okay, when's this appropriate? When is this the optimal outcome? It's like, hey, Pioneers are all about drawing skill cards. They want to have their full fucking hand. They want their full deck in their hand, effectively, because that's what Pioneers are all about. They want a huge deck of cards in their hand to do whatever they want, however they want. On the other hand, Chargers are burning through their deck real fast because they get to move. They get to move pretty actively. Pioneers restore 6 health at the end of the Vanguard can, Pioneers are all about endurance. That's kind of the entire idea. Okay, so... Okay, end phase. Mm. 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 There we go. Okay. We've got this. Combat is relatively. Mm. Okay. Okay, it's midnight. Ugh. All right. Let's do conditions. Mm. 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 Clever use of environmental conditions and techniques. Mm. 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 Operator, environmental. Actually. Oh, that's gonna be it. And you want to know what we do with things that are annoying? We don't think about them until later. Let's see. So situations that affect only one individual, be it an operator or a fade during the end phase. So we want to do table 1, 2, 3. We want to do position. So So, right. I don't have a good name for that, so we're just gonna call it burn step for right now. Technically, it would be actually, I know we notice. Stun, of course, we got stun. So now we get to do a very fun game where we go through, we start at the top and we go down. And climb, capacity target inside combat, go through skill encounter in combat, regain skill. Mm. 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 Okay, let's see. Suit 2. Mm. Okay, so we got personal condition, zone condition, corrosion element, do targets in red, number. Let's press. Mm. 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 Oh yeah, cool. Actually, chilled, if I remember correctly, because I called it chilled. Because we're going to make freezing a different thing. Chilled, yeah. It's chilled. Mm. 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 Steel. What does steel do? Mm. Mm. Okay. Nope. I mean do that. So, in the head row, convert you to that. Bind. Bind is going to be an any. You can use any. Actually, no, it'd be. Mm. 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 Sorry, I'm being very quiet. This is just what I have to like. This is just me having to hyper focus. Uh. Mm. 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 Oof. Mm. 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 There we go. Okay. Ending. Okay, give me 1 second. Alright, let's fucking go. Hell yeah. Alright. Okay, so less of the about. Back to the elements. Bring this up. Hell Zone sucks, because being in the Hell Zone effectively means that you are usually probably going to be taking your worst ability to actually take damage. So that's just the thing that you have to deal with. Right? That's... Element. Mm. 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 You actually, okay. Burn, force, necrosis, nerve. Mm. Mm. Okay. Mm. What does force do? Wait, what is force corrosion? My corrosion. What am I thinking here? I'm going insane, everybody. Corrosion. Mm. 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 Necrosis. Mm. Mm. Finally nervous. Actually, let's do. Reduces. There we go. So it's kind of more along the idea of like, yeah, you've made life hell for this person because this is the elemental effect taking place. Like you are, it's necrosis is probably the worst. Yeah, it's silenced is like necrosis is probably the worst because you're technically taking 30 arts damage, but you're silenced. That's usually that's the gimmick. Corrosion and burn, you gotta kind of corrosion and burn you have to kind of build off of. You gotta capitalize on it. Because if they're burned, that means they have 0 arch resistance. Your arch guys are going to officially kick their ass. If they're corrosion, that means officially, your front line might be fucked beyond all repair if they're getting hit with corrosion. So you need to kind of deal with that corrosion a lot faster or get away from the enemy doing corrosion. What? Let's see. You could probably add more elements to fill this out. Let's do. Okay, so if we hit this button, we've got combat operations. Where do I put this? I have to put it at the. We'll put it at the end because that's where we'll need to put it. Let's let's see. Maybe saved by an ally. Be a physical or mental or a scar could be a physical or mental reminder of the operator's brush with death. Brush with death. Or immediately killed with an attack that would prove fatal. Operators. What's her fucking name? Amia Carlson or Doctor. Usually. Mm. Mm. There we go. Effectively, this is a way to die, but it's difficult to die. If that makes sense. You can die, but you can die, but you're not going to die easily. Even if you hit like rank 3, that's 3 scars. You gotta go down 3 times, which is kind of difficult, but if you get just a bad encounter, you can get 2 scars, and that's something that's gonna kill you eventually. You know, that's something that's gonna fuck you up a little bit. But once you hit like 5 and you can get rid of some of these scars, I think the idea of like, yeah, you can remove scars by just actually having some extended downtime, of talking with people, of just kind of processing the information. Not meant to be a high lethality system. It's one of those things where if you want to run it as a fairly lethal game, you can. It's once you hit about rank 4, though, the lethality of characters increases the survivability of characters increases exponentially. Actually, I should say, as their current rank, +1 before they are permanently retired. So even at rank 1, you can take 2 scars. That's like your first mission, you get fucking just nay-nayed. And I'm like, at that point, like, yeah, okay, maybe you fucked up. Like, but like, even if you hit like rank 4, that's 5 scars and you're gonna get rid of them pretty easily. Rank 6, that's 7. It's one of those things, like, the more you end up getting, the higher and more difficult it is. At best, you can get 11 scars. That is rank 10 plus 1. Because remember, rank 11 and rank 12 aren't real, they're special ranks. You get special shit there instead of being a real rank. And one of those things at the end of, you know, kind of one of your special ranks is you just get rid of all your scars and you just say, fuck it, I'm ready to die. It's like, if I do die, if I do go down, it's a blaze of fucking glory. I instantly win but I'm okay with that. I am trading in my mortality for the fact that we can beat the final boss kind of thing. It's you become effectively a nuke. You say, okay, there's the big bad scary boss. We have an instant win button, but it's my character dying. And nobody wants, like, hey, you've gone 11 levels with this person. You've gone through 11 full operations, or at the end of the campaign. You don't want a character to die at that point, because you've been with them long enough. You may not like it, but you don't want them to die. And someone taking that is kind of a sign of, like, I'm ready to. Like, if shit goes down, I'm ready. This is my destiny. I'm like, oh no. Kind of like the Doomed in Panic and Duong, where it's kind of like, yeah, you kind of accept the fact that you're going to die, and that's kind of the tragedy of the matter. But there we go. I think that is a majority. I should say enemy and ally and I think that is a majority of what we need to do today. We're probably going to do a Monday stream. Next Monday we'll have a stream. Because we need to finish some... We literally just need to write enemies on Monday. Unironically, that's all we need to fucking do is just write enemies and allies. And once enemies and allies are written, we don't have to think about it anymore. I need to write perfect ranks. I know exactly what they're going to be. It's just going to be a thing of writing. Probably over the weekend, I will finish the Leviathan of the Nation State and a couple other things in Terra Incognita. It just takes time. That's literally all that it is. Alright, everyone. Thank you all for watching. Godspeed, good luck. Notepad is very tired now.